Good morning. Understanding the Western consumer's soul, that seems like a very existential conversation to have at 11 o'clock on a grey day in Zurich, but Dr. Bosshardt and the team have given me this assignment. So as chief shopper, I think I can understand at least their shopping soul. The other component to this is this notion about, are we living in crisis? Will we ever be able to get back to this state of euphoria? Do the two come together at any point? Or do we just, as David just said, move faster, die, or retire? In that order, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe just eat wonderful Swiss chocolate and be happy. Today I'm going to talk about several things. I'm going to talk about a decade of change, which we've all lived through quite dramatically. I'm going to talk about a new consumer or shopper mindset. Not so much how we consume products, but how we shop for those products. I'm going to talk about the concept of a flat retail world. And by that I don't mean flat retail sales, although that may be part of it, but rather a horizontal perspective that shoppers have today. And I'm going to talk about, or try to talk about, 6 steps to euphoria as we move from crisis to euphoria. But first, I must say I bring you greetings from the mountains of Manhattan, where I spend a lot of my life. I'm an Australian who has lived in New York for a long time, so I often get the opportunity to speak with my American voice versus my iconoclastic Australian voice, so I will do a little of both. But I must say, not only from the mountains of Manhattan, but to the mountains of Switzerland, as you'll recognize the 2 partners in this climb last summer in the beautiful Engadin Valley. And I must say I've grown through the good auspices of GDI to come to be very fond of this area of the country, of the world. So I thank you for my euphoric moments. The crisis may be in Manhattan. In the previous week we had both an earthquake and a hurricane, all in Manhattan, almost. So who knows, maybe euphoria will come next on the top of the mountains. Let me just briefly, and Stefan was very kind in that introduction, let me just briefly tell you what we do so you understand the perspective that I bring today. Our focus for the last 25 years has been as retail strategists and shopping futurists. What that means is I get to do a lot of shopping as chief shopper, and that gives me a lot of insight about where the world of retail is headed. Well, it's too simple. In fact, our work with global clients, manufacturers, and retailers is to help them build retail strategies by understanding how consumers shop and live what we call their shopping lives. How do they live? How does that impact their shopping? How does that change the value of brands and retail experiences? Our philosophy has been for 25 years, if you follow the shopper, you will see the future of retail.